At First United Methodist Church, we're continuing in our series, Surrendering to be Set Free. And we're going to continue to look at prayer and how important that is. But sometimes we wonder, if our prayers go unanswered or answered the way that we don't hope for them to go. And we all know those people who are good, holy, godly people, good Christian people who, are still afflicted with disease, are still, accidents happen to them, things in life get in the way because we're still in this fallen world. And people we pray for, right, that we ask God, heal them, and we go sometimes years and years and thinking things are going to get better, and there's whole groups that pray and fast and hope that God will hear their prayers and heal these people. And still sometimes they're not healed and they're not spared from the pain and suffering and even death in this world that we live in. And so it makes us wonder, why God doesn't step in. And it's one of those questions, why does, these bad things, why do they happen to such good people, even people who hope and believe in Jesus? And so I could theologize, I could give you all the best answers that I have of why God sometimes allows these things to happen and what we can learn from them. But the reality is that we do go through these things. We do suffer. It's the reality of this world that's marked by pain, suffering, and death. But I can give you this. Jesus himself, in Hebrews chapter 5, talks about Jesus was one who prayed to God. And he said Jesus prays to the Father, who is the only one who could spare him from, what he's about to go through with the crucifixion. And yet we know that God didn't intervene in that. God still allowed Jesus to go through that. And Jesus himself wasn't spared from suffering in this world. And so we don't have a God who's far off and just looking down on us and seeing the pain and the suffering and somehow, above all of that. But we have a God who has entered into it in Jesus. Well, we continue to learn, through the cross, that Jesus was God who entered into our pain and our suffering. We may not be spared from it, but we're not alone. And so that's what we hope to find out this Sunday. Hope to see you there.